Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mngoni Mkonto. Today, I want to talk about what I saw yesterday. The IEC um, members of political parties or leaders of political parties were declaring to abide by the electoral code of the IEC until the end of the election or until IEC runs its electoral mission. So, but I want to talk about the hypocrisy of the IEC and the hypocrisy of the system and the political parties. I want to argue that free and fair election can never be achieved in South Africa at this moment. And the reason I want to argue that it's because first we need to understand what is a free and fair election. When we say free and fair election, it means people are free to vote anybody they want to vote. That is being free. People are free to vote the people they want to vote into power. Fairness, it's when all the people who want to vote are allowed to vote, and all the people who want to contest are allowed to contest. Then that can produce a free and fair elections. But as long as President Zuma is not allowed to contest the election, what is fair about the election in that regard? What is free about the election in that regard? There's millions of people. Let's say there's 10 million people who want to vote for President Zuma. And now President Zuma does not appear on the ballot paper. Is it fair for the 10 million people who want to vote for President Zuma that President Zuma does not appear in the ballot paper? Is it free for South Africans? Are South Africans free to choose the person they want as a leader, or the dictatorship of the machine or the dictatorship of the IEC and white people is the one which is dictating who should be voted and who should not be voted? When they take President Zuma out of the ballot paper, it means the IEC determines who should be voted. Isn't it the people who should determine who should be voted and who should not be voted? For free and fair election, isn't it fair if we say the people are the ultimate judges? So I don't think the IEC will achieve a free and fair election in 2024 as long as they ban other people from contesting. And I don't think the IEC will achieve free and fair election as long as the system is still arresting political leaders, opposition political leaders. To be precise, Umkhonto weSizwe, because Umkhonto weSizwe is the only opposition to the whole system of the white man, and that is why President Jacob Zuma is the only person who's been persecuted by the white system for the past 20 years or so. Uh, for the past 80 years or so. Am I estimating correctly? For the past 60 to 70 years or so, President Zuma has been persecuted by the white system. Even today, they continue to persecute him. It's because he's the only one who represents the majority of black people. The reason why the EFF uh, leaders are not going through political persecution, it's because uh, they agree with the system. They agree with the white man. Uh, they agree with the suffering of black people. So there won't be any need for white people to pursue them. So let's stop the hypocrisy. Free and fair election cannot be achieved in South Africa. The dictatorship uh, uh, or the constitutional dictatorship is the one which is going to reign supreme during these elections. First, to show that this will not be free and fair elections, candidates are banned. Secondly, people who are supposed to go around campaigning for a certain political party are arrested so that they destabilize the organization, to make the organization suffocate because people are afraid to campaign and are afraid to talk. There's no freedom of speech because whatever you can, maybe whatever you can say, you could be traced and get arrested. When you talk against the system, you could be traced and get arrested. There's no freedom of speech. Freedom of speech does not exist in South Africa. You have to say the things that the authorities are agreeing with. If you don't say the things that they agree, you will suffer in terms of business. If you are a business person, your business will suffer. In any way, black people, their businesses are already suffering. Those who are running businesses will tell you that the black businesses are suffering in South Africa. So if we want to achieve free and fair election in South Africa, let the IEC stop banning President Zuma from running for election. Let the police and Cyril Ramaphosa stop arresting Umkhonto weSizwe party members, and let them campaign fairly on the ground. And let's see who people want. What harm does it do to South African if we allow President Zuma to be in the ballot? What harm does it do to South Africa if the IEC allows the people of South Africa to vote for the person they want in the name of President Zuma? What harm is there on the system besides the fact that President Zuma is going to change the constitution and take the land back to the rightful owners? Besides that fact, what harm is he causing to the people if he is allowed to stand? Why do we have to take his democratic right to be voted and to vote? If you have a right to vote, you have a right to be voted. How can we say others have got a right to vote but have no right to be voted? What kind of democracy is it? So I want to dismiss the notion that we will have free and fair election, and I want to dismiss the notion that South Africa is a democracy. South Africa is not a democracy; it's a dictatorship of the constitution. And South Africa will not have free and fair election in 2024 as long as President Zuma is not allowed to contest the election. It's not fair, and those who want to vote for him are not free to vote. I thank you for listening.